Welcome to the No Ideas Original Podcast featuring Shannon, Mr. Rob, and Kenyatta. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Doing good, bro.
Look, man.
It's been a while.
Yo,
Yeah.
we could. I guess we could bring the conversation we was just having behind the scenes to the forefront for people that watched the fight last Saturday. Um,
Oh, geez.
yo, that fight, I have to say, like that was the most one-sided affair that
Mhm.
I've ever seen in a long time from two really good fighters.
Right.
And I was saying, like, I picked, I thought Errol Spence would win that fight.
Yeah.
But I
I
knew
do too.
I definitely knew that it wouldn't be an easy fight. But that's the way that fight looked, it definitely you could tell that something was definitely off with Errol Spence.
It, it's just from if you like boxing, you know boxers have a switch. Even if they are losing, there's a switch where let me switch southpaw. I don't care,
Yeah.
duck move. He did
Duck.
nothing.
No urgency at all.
He did nothing. He stood there as if one track mind. I'm gonna follow this. And at that point, homeboy Crawford was like, "Oh, he's locked in now. That's it."
Yo, you know what's
Right.
you know what, like even beyond, all right, so the fight is long done, it's over with, we a week later. But the thing to me though that I look at with like the fighting thing, the whole shit is that there's always a complaint in boxing, like the best don't fight the best,
Yeah.
right? So now we post the actual fight, and you go on social media anytime you click on YouTube or whatever it is, Instagram, yo, all the stuff is about basically clowning this dude.
Yeah.
So if everything is about yo,
Wow.
and you
That's why.
when you take an L, yo, when you take an L, you take an L. That's it. You lost, you
Yeah,
lose,
you
whatever
lost.
it is. But then
Yeah.
how do we get the next fighters to step up and take these fights if this is what happens as a result?
The ridicule,
Doing it?
right?
Yeah. Like yo, you fight the best, you lose, and then you gotta go weeks like yo, we like even the shit you were saying, Rob, behind the scenes, you know, you're looking at the joint, you got YouTube neurologists, everybody and their mom weighing in. You got YouTube bums street fighting, giving their
He never did that to me, son. I had a
Everybody
big
analyzed, yeah.
It's it's a sad he's a fighters. This is what they raised themselves to be. They love the sport and they go tooth and nail for it. I as a person, it is you got to look at it from all specters, different sectors, whether it's a health standpoint, so on and so forth. But the fight was a beautiful fight. It was shown how one fighter just, I'm on my A game.
Facts.
And then there was another fighter where he didn't bring his A game and it showed.
Mhm.
Like, if you come in the fight, come with your toolkit, bro. Because, your lives is on the line. And Homeboy's life was on the line, definitely, because he was getting the shit
Word.
knocked.
At
Word.
a point, I
You know
thought
something?
he
Yeah,
might
Ken.
have just been trying to survive. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, is this dude just trying to make it to the decision? Like,
That's what it looked like at one
it
point.
seemed like he just was trying to just, can I
Let me
stay
just get
on my
there.
feet?
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
just
let me
finish
just
it.
get there.
Yeah.
I'm win or
Yeah.
lose. I just want to get there.
Yeah, that's what it looked like at one point. But you know, the other thing is that people are like, oh man, yo, he shouldn't do the rematch or whatever it is. But I mean, because they're like, yo, Terrence Crawford is just that bad of a man. But
And-
people ain't had no problem with Terrence Crawford fighting Glassjaw Amir Khan.
Yeah.
But they never need to see it. So yeah, but anyway, yo, let's get off of this because nobody's watching for us to talk about.
God bless them both.
boxing.
I want
You know.
my man Spence to recover well, and God bless to Terrence Crawford, man. He fought an excellent fight. God bless him
Yeah.
both. bro.
Definitely.
Facts. Let's get into these topics. Yo, so you see Elon Musk has officially switched the name of Twitter now to X. What are your thoughts on this? He purchased Twitter for $44 billion. And
Right.
since he's purchased Twitter, he's made a lot of changes, like he made the paid verification thing, which I kind of you know what I like about paid verification? It really made all the people that were elites upset.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
everybody that was getting their blue check, whatever it was, verification, now it's like, yo, this dude could pay $10 a month and he can have the same thing as you, right? So
Right.
it's
They don't make you exclusive. You ain't that exclusive.
Yeah. Completely valued.
This guy, man, there's many angles to this because early in his career, he worked at PayPal and forced them or tried to force them to change PayPal to X.com or PayPal X. And he stressed them so much they fired his ass. So I'm like, is this nigga trying to pay back PayPal to say, look, watch me do this. Now I got the money. But the crazy thing is the amount of money that by him switching to X now from a brand standpoint, and there are companies that have done it before. There are many companies that have done it before where they've changed their brand and their logo and have won. In this case, you see X and you're thinking, this is a porn site? What the fuck is what's going on with you? Why did you do that? Because look at Twitter. Twitter changed the language in social media with retweet and what's tweeted. And here we, Black Twitter. Now, I hope Black Twitter don't decide to throw up the BS now, because now it's called X. And now you got them niggas want to cancel people out doing this shit now, son. But the value of Twitter now, or X, has dropped.
Yeah.
Be honest with you now. That once 44 billion he invested is now looking like under 20 million now.
I mean, there's a number of different things
overnight by doing that.
Well, there's a number of different things that, if you think about it, though, like now it's competition with Threads from IG,
and that shit is whack too.
Just flipping in, doing anything. But here's the other thing, though, that it really makes me think about, like Elon Musk. You can't take anything away from him. The dude is brilliant, but I think that sometimes like people have a tendency to want to put their staple on something, and it kind of goes back to the old adage, like if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Yeah, like it was nothing to fix. Like people love Twitter. What's up, Yellow? People love Twitter just for what it was. And I think he stepped in and wanted to put his unique touch on it. And as a result of doing that, like it kind of took something away from it. Like I know he's changed up other things. I'm not heavy on Twitter like that. But it seems like Twitter was working prior to him getting involved.
I thought it was hilarious because like you see all the celebrities and the athletes wake up. Like somebody put, I think it might have been Jaylen Brown or some athlete put like, what the hell is this X thing on my phone?
Yo, son, you start looking at
automatic updates. You used to see in a bird, all of a sudden you look on the floor, some black ass X. You like, what is this?
Yeah. Oh shit! They got spam. Somebody spammed my account and got me charged for some nudie food. Let me tell you.
And you look at it with Elon Musk. Like, I think he's a person that has so much money that he gets bored. So he had enough money. Like, this is the same guy, and I will give him credit for this. Nobody's done it yet. That said, if somebody wrote up and put a proposal on Twitter to fix world.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
and nobody's done it yet. So in his mind, he's like, he might change this to Y next year.
Yo, you're absolutely right. And the crazy thing, right, is the logo. Someone did the research for the logo. It's a $40 logo that someone showed in the alphabet. It's the same exact text that this nigga paid all that money
on.
Didn't he do something like move ahead in San Francisco with like putting up the new logo, and they made him take it down, I think, because he didn't have approval for it yet. Like,
I know he's not. Since he's bought Twitter, he's also responsible for all them buildings who he feels he's not. He said, I'm not paying rent for this shit. Like, he owes rent in places. Like, he got bills himself right now that he can't even pay for the buildings that Twitter once occupied as, where employees, because he got rid of like 80%.
Yeah, he got rid of a lot of people. Yeah, he got rid of a lot of people.
He got empty buildings now that he got to pay rent for. He's like, I'm not paying no rent.
Young said it goes along with the SpaceX. He did it for symbolism. I could believe that. And then Yella said, I seen people selling their old iPhones for lots of money because the app isn't updated, so it's still a bird icon. That's bug. I know. I looked at my phone, I was like, X.
So here's the funny thing: I don't have automatic updates, and I read that update. I still got the bird, so I'm seeing how much I get for this.
And I'm looking at it strictly from a logo standpoint. Like, we have a brand, we have a logo. There's nothing wrong with it.
No.
Why touch it? Why even mess with it? Something that it's a bird. It was different. Like I said, the little lingo you hear with the retweet and tweet and what's been Twitter and Black Twitter, you create a whole following behind that. Now you take that out. Now what do you call a tweet?
I sent you an X message. Everybody want an X message, right? A 3X. Yeah, I sent you 3X messages.
I sent you 3X.
Wow. But again, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think sometimes people want to put their own unique touch or unique spin on something, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's what he got caught with. Like, I don't follow Twitter enough to know, like, did Twitter really need a rebranding?
I don't think so. I mean, you're gonna laugh. The only time I really use Twitter is to complain. Like, I wouldn't like. I used to take the transit. They got some fool that watches it constantly. I'm like, where the hell's the train at? And they actually respond. Yeah, they respond.
The CEO of Twitter weighed in. She called it the future state of unlimited interactivity. Like,
Really?
you can sell anything. You can sell your ass. You can sell kids. You can sell toenails. She said it's going to be the future state of unlimited interactivity centered in audio, video, messaging, payment, and banking.
Look, but let's be for real though, like to kind of play devil's advocate. Like Elon Musk is Elon Musk because something he knows something, right? Maybe we just don't see the vision yet.
Yeah, and she said, "Yo, they're creating a global market for new ideas, goods, and services, and other opportunities. It's going to be a one-stop shop. You know what I called it? And it's going to be powered by AI. So I called it X is going to be the Amazon of the dark web.
So we need to hop on early. That's what you're saying. We need to jump on now while it's at this price.
Because what they're going to give access, what he's going to allow people to have access to do globally. He got a wild. Now they say he's never delivered on any promises. I don't know how true it is. I don't know. Anybody got a Tesla? How does it drive? I don't know. Can you take it to California in one fucking battery? Who knows?
Nah, you ain't getting that. But yo, that Threads, I haven't quite figured it out yet. Like I have it, but I haven't quite figured it out yet.
Look at it.
But Threads did blow. They came in and blew them out the water. Like that joint had millions of subscribers automatically.
100 million.
Yo, you know what the slick joint that Zuckerberg did with it is I think automatically when you signed up, like it automatically alerted like your current follow. So you just basically move yourself over and you ain't have to build your following back up. I mean,
China got an app called WeChat.
That's what I heard that I think that X is trying to get, right? Like trying to be comparable to.
WeChat is a super app that holds all the apps. Like Facebook got Instagram and it has a host of other, I think WhatsApp, and all that shit is interconnected.
Yeah, Facebook got Instagram. Yeah, it's Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and it's all under Meta.
You know what that's called, right? Communism.
Son, listen. That's what these niggas is doing, son.
Young said, I don't have Twitter. I'm very cautious with my apps. Twitter is a disaster. It's basically Pornhub at this point. I don't even bother.
Yo, he's 100% right. Like, listen, I go on there, right? Because I'm bought some seeds and I got to show you my plants. My plants is growing. But seeds is synonymous with pussy, I guess.
on Twitter?
Yo, what? Oh my God. He said Pornhub. That shit is everything. So what? And I'm thinking, right? Why would you name the damn thing X? And you got all of that going on. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Maybe that's gonna be the hit. That's the hidden feature. That's where you get the blue check.
Oh my God. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be the Amazon of the dark web. You can go on there and buy a penguin if you fucking want
the red check. You want to get a leopard, just go for the red check.
Yo, Young, I need to know what you did that you got banned from Twitter, because Twitter is like the wild west. You had to say something. You had to say something to somebody that was
what did God say? What did God say?
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Yo,
Jesus, 2011. Damn, so he was exiled.
Yo, you had to say something horrible to somebody.
The God was exiled, son.
Yeah, free Young. I didn't even know that if you delete your Threads account, your IG gets deleted too.
Wow, Yellow. Say word.
Oh, this will explain. He's going at NASA.
He was hitting him with the way he was probably hitting him with some real.
Well, yo, don't worry about it. You still can run for president.
You told me never
my vote, good brother.
Nobody ever went to the moon before. That was enough to get you kicked off of Twitter.
Everywhere. Yes. As soon as you open up Twitter, you be like, hold on, I didn't sign up for this. I want news. I follow the Celtics. I follow weed. You know what I'm saying? Where's that stuff?
You don't want that.
Better unfollow them seeds.
Seeds.
I'm trying to grow farm out here, son. They messing me up, man.
Oh man. So I guess the end result is we got to sit back and kind of wait and see what Elon Musk's vision is, right? Where he going with this? Because like I said, like the dude ain't a billionaire for no reason.
Ain't a billionaire for no reason, but I tell you, man, he lost a lot of viewership and I guess subscribers. Like 2/3 of the company has already dropped, and maybe that's because he fired about 80% of his staff. He don't want to pay rent. This nigga's getting sued by everybody under the planet.
All
and he
them.
wants to leave the planet at the same time. Like Elon Musk sounds like a bag cologne, if you ask me. At this point,
Yo, you got
You got the Elon Musk on.
let's say you get on Elon Musk. I'm not wearing that shit. Get out of here.
Oh man.
You wearing that
Yo.
Elon Musk.
In other news, y'all following what's going on in New York City? So it's a $500 million New York City anti-crime initiative that was announced by Mayor Eric Adams. Let me give you some of the details of this. So it's called the Blueprint of Public Safety, right? And he unveiled it at a press conference with Governor Hochul. There is a $57.5 million investment in improving housing conditions, especially in housing in New York City Housing Authority. There's $118.5 million committed to on-the-job training programs for youth, $106 million for bolstering mental health resources for young people, $118 million for providing mentorship opportunities, $67.8 million on assisting low-income New Yorkers with access and public benefits like food assistance, and $2.6 million is earmarked for the plan of programs aimed at improving the bond between police and communities. Only $2.6 million for improving the bond between police and communities. So what is
only 2.6 million?
Only 2.6.
I don't know.
2.6 million, but it's there's other money earmarked for other things. What are your thoughts on this?
Go ahead, Yali. I'll let you settle.
All those numbers are too low. You said first of all, 57 million for housing. I guess he's just gonna fix up one building in Gun Hill and one building in Webster. Because 57 million. Look at the amount of housing projects we got. All the numbers are skewed. Like I don't think. I'm kind of disappointed with Eric Adams or something. Whatever. It just like his logic and these things, they just don't make sense. I guess it seems like they just getting funds that's available and I wouldn't even told nobody this stuff. I would have just did something and then told you what it was afterwards. Because 2.6 million, what are you gonna get? You're gonna get more of those I hate to say it, the guy we know, they're gonna be throwing more of those PAL jams in the street.
Yo, son, and them shits was dope. Oh, yeah, barricade the block.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna throw some jams in the street.
Nah, when you get that kind of bag, though, you get that kind of bag, they want to know what the money is earmarked for. So my thing is that a lot of times I feel like when people want to resolve these issues, especially crime, they think like macro level. So you start thinking about like all the big things that you could do that's going to make a quick change. But I think that the thing that has like sustainability in terms of change is the things that you do at the micro level. So even for them to put $118 million in for mentoring, that tells me that somebody has done some kind of research, and sees that there's some sort of direct correlation between having a mentor in place and a reduction in violence. I think what's most important is the people that they actually put in place to oversee these different initiatives, because if you need community representation, and you need good community representation. When I say community representation, sometimes people think that means that you just go find a black or brown person and you put them in charge. You need somebody that actually has made an investment in the community, and they have community buy-in. And if they got community buy-in, then you could do some amazing things in the community. But if you just find a token dude that you're like, oh, I found this dude from from New Mexico, this Latin brother, he was the man in New Mexico. He worked with the Latin Kings down there. He gonna come in and he gonna be people are looking, they'll be like, yo, what is this? What is this about? So they need somebody who already kind of got boots on the ground. I would imagine what they'll probably do is look at like not-for-profit organizations in the community and tell people, put in RFPs to see like, all right, what kind of program you could come up with, which to me is good and bad, because I think that we create a lot of programs and a lot of the programs don't really directly end up touching the hands and the impact the people we actually want it to impact. So, Rob, you gonna say something?
Yeah, man. I seen them numbers and I think about New York. Whatever changes in New York when it comes to crime, 92% of the violence is in 30 different precincts. 6 of them precincts are the worst and I think they're in Brooklyn and of course the Bronx. We've been talking about gun violence and violence in New York for years. Like, I hate to say it, it's my city, I love my city, but we know New York is synonymous with crime when it comes to New York City. It always has, it always will. So you flashing this cash, $500 million, to the people, let them know, money does solve some shit when you got enough of it, and you can use it right. But as of the last 6 months, his ratings with the people, and when it comes to crime, has dropped. Well,
Mm-hmm.
just in February, he kind of had it balanced. That he had a 49% approval of what he's doing in crime. Now he's like at 36%. So, when the 1 more months come, niggas start acting crazy. Part of my language using the word. Brothers is always shooting. It just it's like a repeated cycle of events when it comes to New York. But if he's if it let's think positive. If it does work out with his skills and training for the youth, we do need some hands-on people. We need plumbers. We need them skill sets that things are still breaking down. New York is an old city. Them pipelines and all that, they're gonna need some people that need some handy work. And why not get a bunch of young kids to work for Con Ed and these establishments that's gonna be around forever? So if it works that way, granted, with the housing too, I don't know, because New York is a funny place, man.
I think the problem I have with the whole thing is this, and I can tell you just from experience with dealing with certain like councilmen and stuff like that, is for one thing, you start off with $118 million, right? And then somehow or other you whittled away $48 million for administration fees for the councilman's grant writer.
Yeah, that's what I say. They steal the money.
They steal the money, and that's a problem. And then on top of it, it's like anything when you set goals, there's no specifics around these goals at all. So you can claim success based on anything. So if you're talking about job training and stuff, what's the metrics around what program successful? And right now, training and stuff like that. And I was surprised, like even in this thing, they talk about it. You want to have something that's clear cut, like jobs. What are you working towards, or what are they doing? Like you said, working for Con Edison and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you get plumbing licensing. Are you licensing these people? Like
they can bridge these gaps by providing like different job initiatives and training and stuff, and even making inroads, because there's a lot of jobs hiring. I don't think they tackling this the right way of looking at it. Some of the stuff makes sense, but a lot of it, like as long as people are impoverished, violence and crime have a direct correlation with poverty.
Well, that's they call that shot a broken window theory. Was that? We talked about that before.
Yeah, right? Yeah. But that's what I was gonna say. What you're talking about, Kenyatta, is you talking about not qualitative data. You talk about quantitative, like how's it measurable? We need something like a deliverable that actually be measured, not just an experience like, oh, these kids went through this program, it was great. All right, so what's the
right now what
of it? But by if you look at this stuff, this gives you an indicator of what they believe is the reason specifically for gun violence. So it's 57.5 million to improving housing conditions, so the belief that people are impoverished. Then there's 118 million for job training, so believing that people are unemployed or underemployed. 106 million for mental health, believing that mental health actually contributes to it. 118, what is this, for mentorship, and then the basic necessities like food benefits and stuff like that. So they, I don't know if those, I think that to a degree, some of that there is a direct correlation to crime, but I also agree with, I think what what Yella's saying that we got up on the screen, like there's a whole nother variable that's about to be put in place now where you have a lot of immigrants that's being bussed into New York also, that's going to change the dynamics of what it looks like. But let's to even be real about it, before we even go down the road to talk about like even the immigrants, before this whole influx of immigrants came in, over the last couple of years, there was a substantial amount of violence, gun violence in particular in New York City.
Right. Major violence. And like I'm saying, this is a story being told over and over again about the crime and the gun violence in New York City. It's pervasive through the city. It's almost, I hate to use the word tradition, but Lord knows we've been hearing this for a very long time about gun violence and how it gets through these pipelines, and before you know it, everyone has a pistol. I think NYPD done pulled about 3,000 guns off the street already. They're pulling them from young kids who have no way of manufacturing them. So how are these kids getting that?
Guns.
But the city itself,
3D guns too.
I don't know if y'all know about this. MTA now proposing this new toll legislation where when you go below 60th Street, you got to pay $9 to $23 to go in your city. And the only thing I think just maybe taxis and passengers or where you get charged once or something like that. New York is in an influx of shit going on right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're gonna have to find a way. And I think they're gonna be very stringent on how they devise certain things, just like how they cleared out 42nd Street. You can only walk on it now. They're gonna be very direct and unapologetic about shit.
Yeah.
And people are gonna be forced to walk only on the left side of the street, whether you like it or not, type of thing. So
did they because I know wasn't it New Jersey was suing like somebody
Staten Island.
Yeah.
Island. Because they got vehicles that come in and out of there.
Well,
What do you mean? I got to pay 23 at Verrazano, and if I cross 34th Street, I got to pay $43 more.
Yeah.
Yo, but you know how they got New Yorkers boxed in though, because aren't they raising right now the train and the bus too?
Yeah.
No, son. Listen, bro.
Maybe that's the reason where the violence is coming from.
And like we're further north, right? So anything below West 60th Street, and they're gonna put like 120 cameras all through New York. Yeah. You have to pay $23 to go to you're gonna have to pay $23 to go see the Knicks, my nigga.
Yeah.
I'm sure they probably did. Did this. Use like engineers from another country and did some sort of study to determine the kind of revenue they could generate.
So they're gonna lose money. This is the funniest thing. The state will gain money, but what do you think is gonna happen to the parking lot industry down there?
I was saying something like that to somebody the other day. I'm like, yo, who's gonna be driving in there now? Because the parking was already crazy. So that means the cost of parking about to go up down there also.
Yeah, $68 for an hour.
So the mayor got his hands full, man. Right, clean up the crime. You know, you proposing all of this. Look, maybe we see a New York utopia. It'd be clean streets, nobody driving down there, a bunch of people working. I don't know. It's looking crazy right now, though.
I would have been interested to find out what actually happened with Mayor Adams and Keyshawn Sewell, because she kind of floated something out there like he wanted to be too involved and too hands-on on the situation.
Isn't he ex-corrections or ex-police?
Ex-police,
yeah, he's ex-police. So she had her ideas and he had his ideas, and I don't think they necessarily meshed. But she made a comment about wanting to be too involved in the day-to-day.
I could see that, I definitely could see that. And I think that he was trying to be progressive by appointing her to that position, but I think that he should have probably, instead of thinking in terms of progressive, he should have probably appointed somebody who probably shared like the same beliefs around policing that he has, and then it would have just been much more successful. But he probably got on a campaign trail and made all kind of promises about what his campaign would look like. You know what's bug about this also though? So now there's this ongoing dialogue, right, about all of this stuff about like the violence in the city, but also just across the country because of the immigrants coming in, about like how violence is going to be an influx. What is the conversation going to be 15 years from now when, we look back and there's some young senator right now writing legislation about, what the criminal penalty should be as a result of this violence? Because this sort of, to me, is reminiscent around like the crack stuff and the crime bill and all that stuff, and where it was like it's public outcry to actually address it and do something about it. But now it comes back around to haunt. Like, you really thought that this was a good legal idea, or that this was fair for people? So I can almost guarantee you, with all this going on, there is some politician somewhere that's coming up with legislation to counter this, because there's going to be public outcry as a result of the violence. It's not only in New York City, across the country, I'm sure.
And he believes his plan is going to be the model for other cities across the country.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
No, the sad part about it is that what you said is true, and it's just going to reflect upon more of us getting incarcerated for longer terms and bigger charges, because realistically, somehow there's violence everywhere, but we always seem to be the group that's doing, because really when they talk about the violence, if you measure it, it's always related to cities, and most of the time in the cities,
metropolis,
it's more people per capita. So
always in the metropolis where you got crime. I lived in Baltimore, same thing in Baltimore, bro. You go to Philly, same thing in Philly, bro.
Yeah, it's just it's it's unfortunate. Hopefully they get the money allocated in the right hands of people, and that they could do what they need to do. And I think what you said makes sense, Kenyatta. Like, I'd be interested in them seeing, showing to the general public, like, what are the exact measurables, like what are the outcomes that we're attempting to achieve by doing this, and what did they actually do to actually meet that criteria? And it's probably going to be funded by all them tolls they didn't put down in Midtown to pay for it.
Yo, son, that's gonna be crazy because they already, you know how the toll system works. They send a letter to your mail, son.
Oh, yeah.
Have a bill.
Well, think about it. They can't collect the toll money now. What's gonna happen with that? Like
Yeah.
some of this stuff doesn't make sense. Like
It's gonna be anarchy in New York City. For every movie we've seen with New York City is going through it. My mother always reminds me of Escape from New York.
Oh, the Kurt Russell joint. Small town crime goes unmentioned. Yeah, it does. It's not nearly as interesting. Speaking of money, though, did you guys see Russia forgives $23 billion of African debt? You know what, Kenyatta, I seen your reaction.
I'm telling you right now, that's just a ploy because what they're doing is they just trying to dirty game the United States. He's trying to build as many allies as he can. He's the one that's been shorting them on the grain since forever to begin with. Like it's not like it's like, listen, I pressed you for a while. Let me throw you a bone now. I'm gonna get this to you for free. Why now? He could have did this anytime.
Well, I think this is part of that BRICS union that they're trying to establish.
Yeah,
with the currency or the global currency with Russia and Brazil and China and all of them.
Yeah,
you know, and any way to scare America because a lot of the resources that we used, all these phones and chips and shit, come from them grounds in South Africa, man, especially from a tech standpoint.
Yeah.
Yo, so let me tell you specifically. All right, so this is what it is. He's Russia is also gonna assist in opening new African embassies and consulates. Putin also offered assistance to Africa in countering threats such as terrorism, piracy, and transnational crimes, adding that it would continue to train personnel from African countries and is also ready to provide trade preferences to Africa, support the creation of modern production sectors, the agricultural sector, and providing assistance to relevant international structures and agencies.
So now I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something funny about this right off the top. If he did all that stuff he said, you could probably get a mass exodus from here. You need to move back to Africa. Then if you're gonna turn Africa to the United States, why don't you just go to Africa? You sound crazy.
Oh man.
I'm gonna do all of this stuff at a cost. What's the cost? Nobody's asking. Like,
but you know something though, but you can't like Vladimir Putin. Like, yo, dude is he's brilliant though, because I guess I looked at this and I'm like, damn, like, yo, the landscape of where the world is going. I guess he may be foreshadowing, like, you know, World War III is right around the corner. We need to add many people as possible to Team Russia.
Yeah,
like just a quick boxing term. He's fainting real quick. Like, let me see what you're gonna do when I do that. Look, these two guys, they're in full diplomatic relation with one another. I don't know, whatever legal agreement they put together, they put it together for all the mining, agriculture, processing the natural minerals and all of that. And South Africa is deep with that shit, man. So we'll see, man. It's gonna be a crazy fight.
Yo, what do you think about people that would say, well, how come the US didn't make this offer?
We're giving out too much money to everybody.
The US been stealing it anyway.
Money made on a printing press. Of soon $1 gonna be worth 32 cents the way they giving them out. We financing wars around the world.
Yeah, son, they got the price fixed. They ain't saying shit.
Anybody that got beef with somebody, just call up the US. They're gonna throw some sticks in the game for you.
Hook you up with all kind of military equipment and everything.
Didn't they just throw Taiwan like 200 or 300 million or something? Throw them some money for some guns or something.
Yo, every time I hear that, you know what drives me crazy though? When it comes to the student loan stuff, like, nah, chill. We can't.
Yeah, nah, we can't cancel that. We ain't canceling that. We can get these dudes $300 million. That's crazy. Like, and I was talking to my wife about it, and what's interesting is she always says, which is probably true, if they didn't have these wars and stuff, they still wouldn't give us the money and still wouldn't cancel student loans and do anything. They just
none of it.
They just say they don't have it. Yeah, I don't have it.
It's like a, how you call it, like a deadbeat dad.
I ain't got no money for you. Got money earmarked for foolishness.
Yo, South Africa look like they ain't playing, man. Their political leader, Julius Malema, he's rallying the troops, man, and he got them believing, like, listen, man,
they better stop messing around before the U.S. sent out there like a truck full of Jordans, some McDonald's, Starbucks. Dudes would be in
you
trouble.
stupid, man.
The whole world will change. They'll be over.
Yo.
We got KFC. They'll change up the game.
Yo, hold on. So their efforts, because Russia said also that they're going to assist them in their efforts against counterterrorism. What is currently the terroristic threat that South Africa is up against?
Themselves.
They got small amounts of apartheid, but
you go to Somalia.
It's the whole BRIC situation, man. They just want to mend the ties, so they make it appear that they have a strong union amongst them 5 countries, man. Because next week it'll be India and Brazil then merged, and now India's importing goods to Brazil.
Yo, Vladimir Putin is trying to be like the LeBron of the world.
Yes, yeah. He's gathering the troops
with everybody. Yeah,
he's gathering the troops. He's putting it together. Like, come on, guys, let's work.
Teasing, taking pictures. You see him with his arm around dude taking a picture.
You know, I just signed Mongolia.
Yeah, right after he took a picture and had his arm around, he went and washed his hands. All right, what am I touching this dude?
Yo, now hey, last but not least, like, yo, this did you? I know y'all follow this story, the Carly Russell joint. This is like
shit like that is happening. This shit like this distracting us. Shit that's going on in the world. I mean, bro, these young. How old is this young lady?
She gotta be like in her early 20s.
Yeah,
she's in her early 20s.
I swear these kids don't know consequence. Whatever they think of, they actually try. The girl, did she Googled taken? Like, what?
Yeah.
This is how law enforcement works. She's like, hold on, this ain't working. Check her phone. What she been doing the last 2 weeks? Damn, she Googled how much do you have to pay for Amber Alert?
Wow.
How do you take money out of a register? Like, she had in her mind, she thought she had a plan to go steal some money, and if I get caught, I have enough money to pay for the Amber Alert. But
what was the motivation though? Because that part hasn't come out, right? What was the motivation behind it?
Was trying to keep her boyfriend or something, like
she's trying to guilt him into staying
with her or something. Like, I mean, that's literally the thing. Love is crazy right there. Like,
bro,
how you call it? Try to hit him with the guilt. But here's what's disturbing about this to me, though.
Oh, please talk about it, Sean. Talk about it.
This was disturbing to me because this kind of gives me like Tawana Brawley vibes all over again. And we've already seen, I feel like, women, especially women in color, their credibility take a hit over the last couple of years, for offenses that, people believe, for things that people believe to be untrue, false allegations and things like that. So when you have something like this come out, it sort of just kind of like reaffirms and make people feel as if like, oh, okay, like there really is no validity, or we do need to question when these allegations and stuff like that is made. Like, she set women back a long ways with this. Like, whatever she had going on with her dude, Granted, she was lovesick, or she felt that this was the way to get him back, or whatever it is. Surely there had to be another way, a better way than this. Like, not only that part of it, the other part of it is, you tying up police resources. Like, somewhere in Alabama, a real crime was going on. And
I know this girl is in her phone. She don't know nothing about Jussie Smollett.
Now, all right, so here's the other part of it, right? So her credibility takes a hit. But then everybody else goes to bat for her. Their credibility takes a hit also. So it's like, yo, come on. Like, what is now? She facing maybe a year in jail, a couple of $1,000 fine as a result of it. Her job fired her. But
who gonna hire her?
I would not be surprised that out of this, there's gonna be like a Lifetime movie or something like that. Yeah. There'll be like some paid interview with somebody or something. She gonna monetize this,
and of course a book.
Top it all. A book. I mean, things get to the desperate wrong. She'll be doing all types of stuff to try to make money because her working career is pretty much over. Yeah, do you Google her when you go to the interview.
Do you think this is mental health?
I think part of it seems like a it's got to be some kind of codependency issue.
Clearly,
Yo,
clearly, nigga, you ain't never
anyone-
leaving.
Yeah, exactly.
anyone who doesn't know consequence got mental health, bro. You don't know consequence.
There's definitely some issue there.
Like,
But
I mean, I mean, like a deep rooted, you know, like you know, it's like
Fictitious, you making up shit. Yeah, you're
What
grown.
is a
woman
liar
making up
though, Rob?
stories.
you mentally ill because you can't stop lying.
Lying. That's illness, bro.
Pathological lying.
Nah, I'm talking about like, you know, like, is there some schizophrenia? Is there some bipolar? Is there something, you know,
I mean,
something
tell you,
there
I
that
would-
would make
I
that
would-
Right
difference?
about now, if I was
would
her,
be.
that's what I'll be saying.
Yeah.
Stay out of jail. I'll be saying.
I would
all
bet.
that.
I would bet she got a touch of. She got a little bit of all that right
You
now.
know who she got looking crazy too? Her mom's.
Her mom, because her mom.
Well, her
said,
pops. You peeped her pops in the interview. He was like, I knew it was Cap though when she just showed back up. They was like, she just showed back up.
"You
I'm
just
like,
walked out the woods."
and then the moms was on the news talking about that she had to shake with somebody. She was shaking like over the weekend for her life to get free. And I'm like, nah, man, come on.
You can't cry wolf in today's world. Now when motherfuckers is human trafficking and sex trafficking, you fucked up, man. You don't play yourself, bro.
Yo, you know who she probably happy for? She probably happy that Errol Spence came along. Yo,
Errol Spence took over the memes that she was behind.
Yo, son, the craziest meme was the Martin when he fought Tommy Hearns. If that ain't look exactly like, I said, yo, the universe got jokes. That was a universe joke. Like, the universe said, I'm gonna throw a joke in there. This one.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't see how she ever lives this down. Like, you know, but she could just go away. Just go away. Like Jussie Smollett went away, right?
That's it. She better change her name and I don't know, maybe remove some jawbones or something.
She got a good attorney. She got a good attorney because she ain't get one of them attorneys, the Celino and Barnes injury attorney dudes that tell her, yo, double down and keep the lie going. He must have told her, like, look, the jig is up. They got everything on you. No, you mess with this.
She played herself, man. God bless the girl, bro.
You seen her mugshot?
No, she's smiling or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's teasing in the mugshot.
Yeah, she's smiling in the mugshot like it's
so. She don't know what she's in for or something.
She don't. And that's
they don't have consequence with that misdemeanor.
You won't be smiling on Rikers Island.
Nah, she gonna get hit with that misdemeanor and a fine. She'll be all right. It's just like I said though, it just destroys the credibility of women because now you know everybody gonna be looking at a grain of salt like, so you was abducted, right?
Yeah, son. You at Carly Russell, you on that Carly Russell shit, aren't you, huh? That's how you living. You on that Carly Russell shit. Fuck out of here with that shit.
Let me tell you, on another note, I don't know too much about it, but I was watching the news yesterday and some lady was like in a bricked up room. I don't know if you heard about that. Like she was really abducted.
See, and that's the thing. That is happening. Human trafficking is happening, yo.
Dude had her like in a brick room or something like that.
And you doing, dude, that's not the wrong, that's the wrong karma to set on yourself, bro. That's not it.
People out there. Then they said they found her cell phone and her wig. They said they found her cell phone and wig, and she gave like a whole elaborate story. It was a kid walking, and
she said there was a kid walking around with a pamper on, no shoes, and a white man with orange hair and a bald spot. Took it in the van. She didn't say her face was covered, but she said all I heard was a woman's voice.
Is that before or after the dude told her to be calm because she's about to be taken?
Yeah, all he said to her was, I come to check on the baby, and grabs her.
But all right, so here's the other part of it because I guess I didn't see this part. So where was she actually? Was she like in a hotel or something for them 2 days?
She sounded like she was in her car because
they found her car. Didn't she have like a little red Benz or something?
When she made the call and the dispatcher was asking her, that's why I was like, yeah, she's gonna catch on her line. She don't know where she at. Because she kept asking her, are you south of James Street, let's say? Or are you north of James? She was like,
I don't know where.
Nah, I'm right here by the exit.
Yeah.
She was like, I was listening to something like, Shake H, it's not gonna add up. They're gonna figure that shit out in a second.
So where was she at for those 2 days though? Because when they pulled up, what then?
That part,
I don't know,
man. She's probably at her boyfriend's house.
She's at the club.
Nah, she wasn't at the boyfriend house because then wasn't the boyfriend like
was
doing like
looking
little
for him. Yeah,
interviews and talking all that too. So she may have been like at the little short stay motel laid up or something.
Watching the news.
yeah.
See, playing games,
I
playing
can
too many
reappear
games.
now. They looking for me. I got the attention I need. He loves me. I'm coming back.
Mm.
Your ass gonna be locked up too, playing around. What the fuck?
It's hard to get off the grid though for mad long though. You know, unless you cash, because once you pull out them cards, they're gonna track you anyway. So
No, son, they tracking
she left her
everything.
phone there, so she watched enough. She left her phone there to know.
Yeah, because they would have
track
pinged the
the phone.
cell phone, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So she ain't dumb. She ain't wrapped too tight, I guess.
yeah.
Nah, so that means y'all stay tuned because Lifetime gonna have the Carly Russell movie. You know, maybe we need to create a Carly Russell tea, right? Like, yo, get lost like Carly Russell.
Oh, that'd be dope. Get lost.
Yo, get lost. Like, yo, that's hot. Yo, I'm telling you, if you watching this, nobody steal my idea. Get lost like Carly Russell.
That's a bar, son. That's a bar right there, too, yo.
Carly Russell's crazy.
Oh
man. Nah, I appreciate everybody tuning in to episode 169 of the No Ideas Original Podcast. Be on the lookout. We got another video dropping soon.
Very soon.
Very soon. Everybody's gonna like it. Shooting a video for Wrong Words. Anything y'all want to close with?
Nah, man. We need to do one of these again, man. It's been good talking, man. We get so inundated. I know I say that wrong. My wife always says it's not. It's inundated.
Inundated.
You know what I mean? I say it
in your window.
Yo, nah, man. I'm grateful, man. Listen, it'd be 2 years, in a couple of days for my kidney. I'm still going.
Congratulations.
So that's a good milestone. We just had a great Green Tree Yada. We're gonna need your presence next year for Green Tree.
I'm there.
Event. That turned out well. We're gonna definitely get a DJ because the music was terrible. And my own shit, I'm gonna tell you the truth.
You said you the music was terrible. Yo, it was crazy. Some of them records that he was playing, I was like, yo, Rob, you're going X-rated with the kiddies.
Listen, and I think people just tuned it out, and the food was so good they just kept eating. Like, well, we ain't gonna worry about that. Somebody's slipping on the DJ booth. But anyway, nah, things were great, man. I'm great. It's good to see you, fellas, man. Things is going well.
What about you, Ken?
Yeah, this is cool, man. Having these discussions and then talking about all those current events and stuff. It's just funny how things work out or something.
Right.
Definitely looking forward to this new video and stuff we're doing and everything, and just keep rocking out with more shows and stuff.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've actually done one and we didn't have a guest on. I think we're supposed to have a guest actually next week though. But yeah, it's been a minute since we haven't had a guest. It's the irony of this is when we started out, we never had no guests. It was just us getting around and talking shit, right?
That's it.
So here we are. So appreciate everybody again for pulling up. Episode 169, No Ideas Original Podcast. We'll see you all next week. Salute everybody. Peace. Have a good evening.